Hi, I'm Brittany, and in this video I want to talk about what it means to have your Jupiter in Libra. And of course we've had a very fun, over a year now, stay of Jupiter in Libra. So these themes we've been feeling, all of us, not just those who have our natal Jupiter in Libra, for the past year now. So it's been really nice. I really like this energy. I've always really liked this energy. What is Jupiter? Jupiter is our joy. It's what we're naturally good at, and it's something that if you're trying to find your confidence in yourself, I would look to your Jupiter sign, because it's something that you will really feel good expressing those energies. And Jupiter in our chart is a kind of a bigger deal, and when we express those qualities we get really excited and feel happy and bring joy to ourselves and others. So what is Jupiter in Libra all about? Well, these people are very good with people, and very good socially, very charming, and they might not even know this, or they might think, oh, you know, I'm not a social person, like if they have something else going on in their chart. But it doesn't matter if they like it or not, they're very good at it. And they're very good at making other people feel at ease and feel heard and feel just good around these people. They're delightful. And they're usually very beautiful too, or there's just something about them that's so charming, and it's hard not to like people that have their Jupiter in Libra. And when I was in high school, the people that had Jupiter in Libra were 2 years older than me. So when I was in grade 9, they were in grade 11. When I was in grade 10, they were in grade 12. And I just thought they were the best people around. And I always had crushes on all the guys that were 2 years older than me, and the guys I dated ended up being 2 years older than me. And so I have Aries rising, so their Jupiters were falling in my 7th house, which is like kind of good too. But I realize now it's not just, I thought maybe it was just because they were older and I looked up to them or whatever, but it's actually just a very charming placement. And these people were well liked by everyone. Even the older kids liked them a lot, and the younger kids looked up to them. And the people with Jupiter and Libra were just so pleasing to be around. So really positive thing in a chart. Not a very emotional placement, so it's not like that they're emotionally deep and craving these deep sort of relationships like we had with Jupiter and Scorpio that I just made that video. But they are just very good at having pleasing relationships with everybody. Old people, young people, any type of people. Like, they're just really graceful and natural in social situations. And usually, yeah, just very well liked. And also artistically, they're very good with any type of like clothing. They know how to pick the right clothes, or maybe they're into designing, or with beauty, like maybe they do makeup or hair, or with acting, they could be wonderful actors, or anything creative, musicians. They're very talented in any of the Venus related careers, so beauty and artistic pursuits. And yeah, just know that if you have Jupiter in Libra, your joy cannot come from just doing things for yourself. It's when you're doing things for your partner. And the other thing that Jupiter and Libra are very good at is relationships, and one-on-one, like marriage, romantic relationships, since Libra is a sign of marriage, and the other people, the 7th house, right? So Jupiter and Libra really shines with other people. When they're alone, they can be a little bit less happy. They like to have a partner. They are very good in marriages. They're very devoted to their partner, because peace and fairness is a #1 thing to these people. They want everything to be fair, and that's a pretty good basis to have a relationship, because when you're wanting peace and you want to be fair, you're going to generally have better relationships with other people when you're when you value those qualities. So in a relationship, often it can be the person with Jupiter and Libra who's trying to keep the peace, trying to keep it going, maybe even at the expense of their own happiness. They're trying to keep a relationship going. This can be sort of the negative qualities of Jupiter and Libra, as wanting to keep the peace so much that we forget who we are and what we even want, because we just really want to have those other people around us and we want them to like us. But not always though, because Libra wants what's fair. So if they're being treated really unfairly, or they're in situations where people are treating other people unfairly, they will stand up for that. But sometimes they won't stand up for themselves. It's kind of a tricky, like, you're great at standing up for a group of people that's maybe being oppressed or whatever, but then when it comes to standing up for yourself and your own personal needs, you kind of feel like, oh, well, maybe I don't really need those. Well, yes, you do, okay? Everybody does. So stand up for yourself if you have this placement. But yeah, a lot of beautiful qualities here, and very fashionable, and very almost, it could be a bit superficial too with this placement, and not wanting to go there into deep matters, because we'd rather just keep it peaceful and beautiful. But you know what, there isn't nothing wrong with enjoying your relationships and keeping it peaceful with other people, and it's a really lovely, beautiful thing, and these people are very well liked, and people like having them around because they're just lovely people. What else? They can be great psychologists. I know I said that about Jupiter and Scorpio too, but these people also are very good at studying humans, you know, being that counselor type person, and like doing it in such a way that, like I said, everybody feels heard when you're with a Jupiter and Libra person. You really feel heard and acknowledged, and not even if they're not agreeing with you, they still, yeah, that's a really beautiful thing about Jupiter and Libra actually, is even if they don't agree with you, they will still be cordial and understanding and still listen to you. So whereas some of the other signs, you know, when they don't agree with you, they're just say shut off, right? And they don't want to hear it anymore. But Jupiter and Libra will actually hear you out, and because they want to see things from a balanced perspective. They're very interested in seeing things from your point of view, so they want you to explain it. They really want to know about why you're coming from where you're coming from. So that's another beautiful thing. On the negative, I would just say that, yeah, they do too much to want to keep the peace, and they might stay in relationships longer than is healthy for them, and or just be so generally relationship oriented that they enter relationships that aren't even good for them either, because they just value relationships so much, or they spend time with people that maybe aren't really aligned with them, but they just so much love to be around people that they still go out with them every day. You know what I mean? Like, there's a need to be a little bit more balanced, actually, even though they're so balanced. They have Jupiter and Libra, but there's a need to be more balanced in finding out who they really are, and then making decisions based upon that. But generally, like, this is such a positive placement, and look, you got to look at the whole chart. If they have some Aries or some Leo or some other signs in there that aren't so much of kind of a pushover, they're gonna do just fine, and either way they're gonna do just fine and be very popular. And even if they don't like being around people, other people are gonna love being around them because they're so damn charming and nice and friendly. And I have just had a wonderful year with Jupiter being in Libra, and what I've noticed is that I just really love talking to people, any people. I am so excited to just have a conversation about anything with anyone, and I really feel that that's Jupiter in Libra to its core, is just enjoyment of other people, and enjoying just being more appreciative about everybody in our lives. And when you appreciate things about others, by the law of attraction, they become more of those things. So people with Jupiter and Libra have a great opportunity to have very successful wonderful relationships with everybody, with their romantic partner, but also just with everybody. So really nice, beautiful placement. I think you can probably tell that I really do like this placement a lot, and I've sure enjoyed this year that we've had of it. Anyways, thanks for watching. Comment your experiences, if this was true, if it wasn't, let me know. I'd love to talk. Thanks for watching. Bye.